The girl wanted to sue her parents. At first, the lawyer thought she was joking, but then the girl handed him a thick stack of medical records. After reading through the documents, the lawyer was completely speechless with shock. He couldn't understand why the girl's parents would treat her so cruelly.
Because they've been doing it to me my whole life. I wouldn't even be alive if Kate wasn't sick.
It turned out Anna's sister had leukemia and urgently needed a bone marrow transplant, but after testing, no one in the family was a match. Even more unfortunately, the hospital didn't have any suitable donors either. Just as the parents were sinking into deep despair, the doctor suggested they could have another child.
How would you know that the new child would be a match?
We could make sure of it.
In a test tube?
Yes.
The hospital could use special technology to make the next child a perfect 100% match with the sister. Hearing this, the mother grabbed onto it like a lifeline and immediately accepted this radical solution. And so, with high-tech medical intervention, Anna was born. Her mission was to be her sister's backup donor. Her umbilical cord blood was extracted right after birth. At age 1, white blood cells were harvested. Then, while she was completely powerless to resist, bone marrow was forcibly extracted. Anna's childhood memories weren't of playing. They were of being stuck with needles and sent to operating rooms. Yet her body was perfectly healthy, even though she had a deep bond with her sister. Facing her parents' endless demands to give to her sister, she still felt fear and exhaustion. One day she came home from school and suddenly heard panicked noises coming from the bathroom. When she pushed open the door, she discovered her sister's nose was bleeding uncontrollably. In that moment, Anna's mind went blank, but her heart was practically jumping out of her throat, because every time her sister had an episode, she'd be forced to pay a price she shouldn't have to bear. That evening, as medical staff examined her sister suddenly began vomiting blood non-stop. This had never happened before. Everyone else was just too scared to speak, but Anna felt not just terror, she felt weighed down. She weakly hid behind her brother, seeming to know this time wouldn't be as simple as a bone marrow transplant. Sure enough, after the diagnosis, the doctor told everyone that not only had the sister's leukemia relapsed, but the worsening condition had caused kidney failure. If a kidney transplant wasn't performed immediately, she'd only have 2 months left to live. The mother immediately went to Anna, assuming her usually obedient daughter would cooperate like before. But this time Anna refused without hesitation, because she finally realized that every person is an independent individual, not someone else's life supply station. But this newfound resistance earned her a cruel slap from her mother. To protect herself from further harm, that's why she decided to sue her parents. After learning the whole story, the lawyer felt deep sympathy. Although Anna's payment wasn't enough for this lawsuit, the lawyer decided to help her anyway, to help her reclaim what rightfully belonged to her. But there was one more important thing he needed to confirm.
You do know what will happen if you don't give your sister your kidney, don't you?
Yeah, she'll die.
Soon after, the mother received a summons from the court. She couldn't believe her younger daughter could be so heartless. It was just one kidney. That way the older daughter could continue living, and the whole family could live happily together. So she angrily came to the law office, arguing that since the younger sister was underage and couldn't make decisions for herself, demanding the other party withdraw the lawsuit immediately. But the lawyer stood firmly on Anna's side. Even if the fee wasn't enough, even if the whole world opposed it, he would still insist on helping Anna win this case. The mother didn't understand. Since he wasn't getting proper compensation, why would he do such a thankless thing?
8 hospitalizations in 11 years, 6 catheterizations, 2 bone marrow aspirations, 2 stem cell purges.
She was helping her sister.
Not to mention the side effects, including bleeding, infections, bruising, filgrastim shots. Those are growth hormones, am I correct?
Something like that.
Drugs for nausea, opiates for pain, Ambien for sleep. Not exactly the proper medication for preteen.
However, the lawyer's words didn't make the mother feel ashamed. Instead, she self-righteously explained that everything she did was only to keep the family intact. But from beginning to end, she had never once asked Anna if she was willing. Seeing there was no hope with the lawyer, the unwilling mother held an emergency family meeting that night, wanting to persuade Anna to change her mind. She kept pressuring her with family ties and morality, thinking the younger daughter would cave under the heavy pressure. But this time Anna was absolutely resolute. She practically screamed out years of grievances and suppression. Yet her words not only failed to gain her mother's understanding, but the mother angrily accused her of being selfish.
Remember how the doctor said if I did the operation, I would have to be careful for the rest of my life?
But I don't want to be careful. Who wants to live like that?
Anna,
I'm important too, Mom. I'm important too.
The mother didn't want to see her selfish younger daughter, so the father had to take her to his workplace. Through the enthusiastic interactions with his colleagues, the daughter quickly started playing with them. In that moment, she had no pressure, no fear, just a child's innocent smile. The father saw his younger daughter like this for the first time, and his heart was completely moved in that moment. He knew the family had put too much pressure on her, and made her bear too much responsibility that shouldn't have been hers. The father finally realized that from the moment they decided to make the younger sister a life-saving tool, they had set foot on the wrong path. So, filled with guilt, he stood against his wife for the first time, urging her not to pressure Anna anymore.
If we do,
Every day for the rest of her life, she's gonna look at us like we forced her, like we used her. And she'll be right.
For Christ's sakes, Brian, I didn't do this. Whose side are you on?
Side? What sides? Are there sides now? She doesn't want to do it.
Although the man's words were full of guilt and pleading, his wife's determination remained unchanged. Soon it was the day of the trial. To win this lawsuit, the mother invited top medical experts from across the country to testify. The experts unanimously agreed that the sister persisting from age 5 until now was already a miracle in medical history. They shouldn't let this miracle of life wither away. In their view, Anna was just young and naive, hadn't yet experienced the preciousness and meaning of life, which is why she chose to resist. However, the lawyer stood up and questioned everyone.
Tell us one single benefit that Anna has received from any of these procedures.
Yes. She got to save her sister's life.
Then the lawyer posed a soul-searching question to the mother. They're both your daughters. How can you bear to sacrifice the younger one's health to extend the older one's life? Although the mother's face showed shame, she still stubbornly stuck to her view, believing that watching one child suffer was better than facing another child's death. Then the mother turned her criticism toward Anna, accusing her of being so selfish, of refusing to save her own sister. But just as Anna was in tears, not knowing how to respond, her brother could no longer stand it. He suddenly stepped forward and revealed the whole truth.
Jesus Christ, Anna, just tell him.
You shut up!
Tell him why we're here.
You
What are we doing
promised
here in
me
court? Tell
that
him,
you
Anna.
wouldn't do
God,
this.
you people are so stupid.
You promised!
Kate wants to
Stop
die.
it!
She's making Anna do all this because she knows that she's not going to survive another operation.
That's a lie, Jesse!
Oh, no, it's not. Kate's dying and everybody knows it. You just love her so much that you don't want to let her go.
Your Honor.
But it's time, Mom. Kate's ready. That's not true. Kate would have told me.
Your Honor,
Mom, she did tell you.
She did. She told you a million times. You didn't want to hear it.